2 o'clock now. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eve Saller, and I'm presenting you the raw vegan lifestyle. Thank you for being here in person or over the live stream, or I'm also recording it for my YouTube channel, so you can watch past lectures and future lectures if you want. Yes, so I am a raw vegan since 9 years, and I really love this lifestyle. And what we're making today is we will sprout, and we're doing a little chili with cauliflower rice, and then I also have a dessert. Because on this lifestyle, it's mostly fruits, so I eat a lot of fruits. I only had fruits so far today. Yeah, so let's just start with sprouting. So sprouting is a really good way to get your protein, as if anyone would be concerned about that. But well, I don't sprout every day. I don't eat sprouts every day, but it's pretty good. It's very filling, and if you want to have like a little protein boost, you want the lentils, which I don't eat usually. I don't eat beans on the raw vegan diet, so I'm not cooking my food. It's all unprocessed, like this is, like you see here, all raw vegetables, raw fruits, raw nuts and seeds, and sprouts. So I can still sprout. So for sprouting, what we need, I mean, there's different ways to sprout, but this is a very easy way. So you need a mason jar, and you add about 1 cup of lentils or anything. You can use mung beans or French lentils, green lentils, garbanzo beans also sprout. Sometimes, I mean, this, and it needs to have high quality, but what really sprouts very easily are green lentils or French lentils, any type of lentils. So if you're new to sprouting, start with lentils, and you can get them in bulk at the store, at Whole Foods, and they usually, I never had any problems with sprouting these. So you have your mason jar, a quart mason jar, and then you add only 1 cup, never more than 1 cup, because this all will expand. So first of all, it soaks up the water, and then it sprouts. So 1 cup of dried lentils, and I used different lentils here. They didn't have the same lentils here, so I soaked this. So this was 1 cup of lentils, and I put water on them an hour ago, so they already doubled in size in 1 hour. And yeah, that's what you pretty much do. So you have your mason jar, and I also like to use a sprouting lid, but you don't necessarily have to have it. You can also use a strainer if you don't have it right now. So if you just have the mason jar, you can also use a strainer. But this is really nice because you can just screw it on and then pour your water, and yeah, submerge the lentils with water. Make sure it's a lot of water. I was a little bit too sparingly with the water, but you can just add as much water as possible. Then they expand, and I leave them in water about at least 6 hours to 8 hours, or overnight, you know, so just pour water at night and then leave them for the next morning. What you do then in the next morning, you have your sprouting lid. So of course, put your sprouting lid on here, and then you change, or you pour out the water. I have a bucket here. I can pour out the water for you, so, but I didn't really soak them for so long, so they will soak a little bit more. So you just pour out the water, and then you rinse them very well, and with water, and you leave them drained, so no water, like these here, they don't have any water, and then you just leave them on the counter or upside down so they can drain a little bit more. That makes it even more safer, because then you don't have any wet lentils on the bottom. You can use a plate like this here, just a simple plate. Of course, you can get a little bit more fancy. So you have it tilted so air can't flow in. You know, that's very important. and then twice a day you have to wash them. So that's all. And that's all. And then you just leave them like this. So twice a day you pour water on top, you rinse them, and leave them drained again. At least twice a day. And you just wait until they sprout. That's all you have to do. And then those were, I set them up like 2 days ago, and they're ready then. And now you have your sprouts, and you can use them. That's pretty much it. Yeah?
Somebody told me this, and they weren't a person, you know, who wrote a cookbook or anything like that, but I put a fourth of a teaspoon of vinegar inside. They told me that kills anything that could be on there, like, you know, when I'm soaking for the first.
Oh, okay,
8
right
hours.
here. You
Yeah.
put a little bit of vinegar.
Not very much, just about a fourth, maybe a half a teaspoon. But then you're gonna rinse them, so it's gonna come
Half
out.
a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon?
No, not a teaspoon.
Oh, okay, half a
Very
teaspoon.
little.
To be honest, I don't think it kills bacteria, half a teaspoon of vinegar.
Oh, really? Well, I've been doing that for years. And then when I
Well,
turn them over.
I don't think you really need that. Well, it doesn't hurt. It for sure it doesn't hurt. I'm not sure if it will kill bacteria. Just 1/2 teaspoon.
So you think I should put more?
No, I personally think you don't need it.
I do use organic mung beans, but I'm.
Yeah, those were also like mung beans sprout really well. I've never had any problems.
Me either.
You get problems when you have sometimes the garbanzo beans, if they're not really fresh, then one doesn't sprout, and then it doesn't matter if you use vinegar before or not. You have them in here and it didn't sprout, it will just rot there, and then that's the problem. Or you don't rinse them enough during the day, or it got too warm, and you have a puddle here, and then it will also have bacteria. So the most important is that you, after soaking, you rinse them very well, and then just leave them drained, and so that air comes in.
Something black?
Hmm?
Do you cover the jar?
No, not really. I don't put them like directly in the sunlight, of course, but no, that's pretty much it. So they would be fine right there, like this. And then twice a day, you have to wash them. Yeah.
Is it 2 or 3 days for all the different types of lentils and mung beans?
Depends.
It depends.
Yeah, it
What
really
you see.
depends. And maybe you prefer them a little bit longer, or a little, like more tail or less tail. That depends. So mung beans maybe take a little bit longer. Usually you let them grow a little bit bigger. With mung beans, I also even use only half a cup usually, because they get really, really big. Yeah, with the vinegar, I don't know, it doesn't hurt for sure, but I don't think it'll kill bacteria in that concentration, you know. You would need a lot more vinegar probably. And then even then, the water isn't sterile, so if you rinse it, you get more bacteria on there. So it's
From the
really,
water?
yeah, the water isn't sterile if you get it from the, yeah, it's not really sterile. Unless you cook it and, you know, but it's,
No.
oh, the air comes in, so it doesn't really, it's not a sterile environment. The only thing you have to make sure is that you create the right environment that's not beneficial for pathogenic bacteria or any mold or anything like this. And they don't like air or anything like this. So yeah, so if you're new to sprouting, definitely start with lentils or mung beans. Mung beans are very easy to sprout. And then you have your sprouts. Do you have any questions on that? It's easy, right? Yeah. Or have you sprouted before? Everyone knows how to sprout? Yeah.
It's, depends on the beans. I found that, you know, some beans are, I don't know, like the pinto, I'll just experiment. Some of them don't work as well.
Yeah.
Sprouting.
They should, technically, they should work all, but sometimes they're a little bit older, or they might have been heat treated before they got into the store, or, you know, then if the seeds are heat treated, then they will not sprout anymore.
Will that say that on the bag? How do you know if they're heat treated?
You don't really, unless it says on the bag that they're meant for sprouting, then you know for sure, but yeah, you never really know. I've never had problems with mung beans or lentils, but garbanzo beans sometimes. So I buy them usually sometimes when I see the reviews that they are for sprouting or they're definitely not heat treated, something like this. And then you're out of luck. I recently bought garbanzo beans in the bag at Whole Foods and they were not sprouting, so they didn't sprout. So
Does it ever say on the bag for sprouting? Does it ever
some
say?
on the bag, I've never seen it for garbanzo beans, but
Or any beans?
sometimes if you buy them online, you can read the reviews, and then people would say that they're sprouted or not, or ask questions. Yeah, and then it's a trial and error pretty much. Yeah, so we have our sprouts, and then for the chili, I have tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes. I got the cherry tomatoes because I like to use flavorful tomatoes. If you have heirloom tomatoes or really good farmers market tomatoes, that will help too. And I put it in my high-speed blender. Yeah, so those are really my favorite tools, the high-speed blender and the food chopper or food processor. But no tool is actually necessary here because let's check. Because I only eat foods that are really edible in their raw state. Maybe half of it. I'll just leave some. Yeah, I got here maybe. Well, I'm not really cooking after a specific recipe, and it's like 4 cups of cherry tomatoes, but you can use more or less. And I have a bell pepper. Yeah, what I usually eat is a lot of fruit. And then a salad. That's pretty much it.
What did you eat so far today?
Today I ate 2 big mangoes and 2 pints of grapes. That's what I ate. Well, technically I would eat now maybe some more food, but I'm here and I can't get away. I'm actually hungry right now. Yeah, that's all I ate so far. But the mangoes were big. Because the kite mangoes. They're from California and they're really like this big. So I'm eating a lot of them these days.
Do you eat the skin?
No. No, I don't think that's tasty. Is it?
No, it's not
I was recently visiting some Indian family in here, and they use the skin.
Yeah, depends what you want to do. I've never tried the skin really. I think the skin maybe. I mean, mango is also in the. Isn't it also in the poison ivy family or something?
I think some people are allergic to the.
Oh yeah, to the skin. Yeah, right. So I never tried it, and I wasn't planning to.
They can get kind of a tingling sensation in their mouth. And
Oh, okay.
if they eat too close to the skin.
For a little bit more flavor, I added some lime juice, and I can also already put the chili flakes in. And the Italian seasoning. I've used Italian seasoning last time. That's the Italian seasoning that Chef Ramses is putting together. So I really like that. And I don't have any basil. I only have parsley. I like to use fresh herbs, but maybe just 1 teaspoon. Yeah, I always like to use fresh herbs. But yeah, you can use dried as well. And then of course the chili should be a little bit spicy, right? Who likes spicy foods? Everyone likes spicy?
What kind
No?
of chili is that?
Those are chili flakes. I'm not sure, it just says chili flakes. I also prefer a fresh chili. That's all I got. I think I got a little bit in my nose. So I put a little bit, not much in this. And close it like really quick. Already feel it. Of course, you can add as much chili as you like. And then I'll just blend it. Maybe a little bit loud. Of it, I blend it very smooth, and then for some chunks, maybe use the other tomatoes. Oops. So I did this part on high speed. And then I will do the rest on low speed, so I have a little bit of chunks in there. And bell peppers are really, really healthy. They have so much vitamin C. In general, what this lifestyle is really super high in vitamin C. I get sometimes at least between 500 and 1000% of the recommended value. So up to 1000% sometimes of vitamin C. So I'm just doing really low speed here. You can chop it up a little bit without having it too smooth. And that is the base of our chili, or the soup pretty much. It's like a tomato soup. Smells pretty good. It has some chunks in there.
Yes, some body
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, I like that actually with the chunks. Of course, if you don't like it, you can do it all smooth. There's really no strict rules to it. I find that if you buy the high quality foods and they already taste good as they are, like this, you can do anything. You can do anything with it. Doesn't matter. You just do whatever you like. And we got more. Some greens, maybe some fresh parsley. I'll just chop this a little bit. Parsley is one of the really healthiest herbs. It has so much iron. So if anyone says, oh, I can't be vegan because of iron, well, parsley is super high on iron. You can make parsley juice if you're so low on iron, or just eat it like a lettuce, like salad. Put it in your salads all the time. It gives a lot of good flavor too. So I like using herbs. The plants have really nice, also medicinal properties. The herbs, everything that has strong flavor. But I'm not using the stems, they're too chewy.
And they're tough sometimes.
Yeah, they're very chewy. You have to just make your own judgment about the stems. With cilantro, I usually use the stems, but parsley, not so much, and those are really, really tough stems.
I find I use the stems, but I just chop them very tiny across the strands.
Yeah, but you still have to be careful with whatever is very chewy. I could always just blend it in, but still your gut will still think it's too chewy. So even if you, and with really fibrous things, it can also get dangerous where you can develop a fiber ball in your gut. It happened to me actually with persimmons one time.
You get a fiber mold?
Ball.
Ball, oh.
Like it's called a bezoar. And it can be serious that you get surgery or something like this. But then I was looking up the research, what you can do instead of surgery because I didn't want to go to the doctor. Yeah, I had a lot of persimmons and maybe I was stressed too. And then I went to bed. In the middle of the night I woke up and I felt like sick, like my stomach felt sick, as if I would have to throw up or something. And then I looked it up. Oh, persimmons can cause a bezoar. Hello, you can come in. And yeah, so I was looking up the research, what else you can do, and it turns out that baking soda dissolves it. And they use that too, baking soda, like just a teaspoon of baking soda in water and you drink it until you feel better. And I did that and it was good. I was fine.
So just to be clear, you diagnosed yourself.
Yes. Yes, I did. Well, you do. I'm not recommending anything. I just tell my own story. If you want to go to the doctor, I usually don't go to the doctor, but that's not medical advice here. So I'm just telling you my story. I don't like doctors. I don't like medication. I don't like surgeries. And it was also really hard to find that there is actually that approach that you can use baking soda for that. And it worked for me. I don't really know if I really had a bezoar, but I did eat a lot of persimmons, and it is known that persimmons can cause a bezoar.
Got it.
I still eat a lot of persimmons, so that didn't shock me.
How long did it take to dissolve?
Really quick, like maybe 30 minutes. I felt better already, and then I drank a little bit more. I'm not sure how big that was or how serious it was. Yeah. Well, if you don't want to do that, that's up to you. But I think everyone takes their own responsibility, and it can also get really bad if you go to the doctor. You know, you just give up your responsibility to the doctor, who doesn't really know a lot of herbal treatments and medicine. You know, I don't want any. If I don't have to, I just try to avoid any conventional treatments. But that's just me. You decide on your own whatever you want to do. You're in good hands. These doctors are very alternative here. So I have scallions here. And of course that will give a lot of flavor to our chili as well. Yeah, so I like herbal medicine as well, but since I'm doing this lifestyle, I rarely need anything. So I used to have willow bark for headaches, something like this, or licorice. But I don't really need that. I don't get any problems as long as they stay raw. I used to have a lot of headaches and migraines before I went raw, and that is one of the reasons I did that. We got more chunks here. And flavor. I like to use the green, they're more mild. Yeah, you can blend them too, and then you'll have more greens. The green onions. But yeah, it depends. I would eat also sometimes garlic and some stronger onions. What else? So, oh, I was really excited about the corn. Actually, I forgot. And this is, you can use corn instead of sprouted lentils. And that might be even tastier, but we can use both. So we have here our sprouted lentils. There, just use half of it. But I found also corn, and if you don't have sprouted lentils, corn is kind of like sprouted lentils. It's kind of with my eyes here. Let's turn the onions in. That looks pretty nice already. husk of corn. I even have like supernatural corn here, not even peeled. Don't be intimidated by whole foods. I usually buy the corn like this on the husk. Usually you get it cooked, and even as a kid when I was younger, we always cooked it until I figured out you don't really have to cook it. It tastes so much better raw. I really love corn actually. Now I was gonna start this first to get the corn off, and it's not that hard. You just need a knife, and to make it really safe, you just start in the middle, and you just get your corn off. Like this. And then you turn it around and you just do the other side. So that's really safe to get the corn off. Maybe you have some fancy tools at home. You can get the corn off here. Oops, sorry.
The knife is sharp.
Oh, the knife is also dull. Yeah, the knife is dull again. But I guess it's for safety reasons. And we got our corn in here. The corn, if you don't use salt, it tastes a little bit sweet, so it really helps if you don't use salt for your flavor. That's your raw chili. Yeah, you could use 2 cups of corn instead of the sprouted lentils. You could also do more vegetables. I have here another nice vegetable, which is also a little bit sweet. The sugar snap? Is it sugar? No, it's not.
Snow peas.
Snow peas. This is snow
No,
peas. Yeah.
sugar
Sugar snap is a little bit thinner, right? Like
snap peas.
sugar snap peas. Snow
It's
peas.
snap.
Yeah, but these don't snap. Okay? I don't know. Well, these things here. Which ones are flat?
Snow peas.
The
The
snow
ones that
peas
go
are
in
flat.
Asia.
And the sugar snap peas are thicker. Okay, okay. But whatever, you can also use the the snow peas or the sugar snap peas. I don't really use the green beans, the string beans. I never use them. I don't like them raw. I never use them. I don't know if you like them raw, but they somehow taste bitter to me. So I think you might need to cook them. But the sugar snap peas and the snow peas, they're very, very nice raw. And they also have a little bit more protein. So we replace the meat and the beans in here. I mean, a lot of people will laugh at me. It's like, that doesn't have protein at all. But we do not need that much protein. Let's put some of these here too. I don't think we need that much protein. Since 9 years, I'm not eating a lot of protein. Maybe like around 50 grams per day from my food. And I work out and I build muscle. You have to work out to build muscle, of course. There's no amount of protein you can eat and you build muscles without working out. The protein will all turn into fat. So then for working out, you need a lot of calories. That's what you should focus on. But yeah, these kind of foods like sprouted lentils, the corn, and the snow peas, sugar snap peas, they do come with a little bit more protein. Let's add this too here. So you could use also these instead of, or you could use, what else is nice, the raw peas, like just peas.
Yeah,
They're very tasty raw as well. I kind of like my food right now. Or you can also add mushrooms if you like mushrooms raw. I have a phase right now. I never really was a mushroom fan, and I usually don't eat mushrooms, but right now I'm eating a lot of mushrooms. I don't know why. Like shiitake is really good. I found at the farmer's market a person who sells mushrooms, and he had shiitake that grows on the stream, so they're very soft and very flavorful. And I really like eating that, so I don't have any problem with eating mushrooms. I just usually don't like them, but I have different phases. Like the season, the season change. And you just have to go with it. I mean, nothing wrong with mushrooms, really. If you can digest them, if you don't have any problems. So this would be our chili, I think. Anything else we can add? We could add avocados as well. We don't have to. We can add the avocado later. You could add seaweed even. But usually what you eat with chili is either potatoes or rice. Okay? Like cauliflower rice. Cauliflower is really my best friend these days. Because it's very filling. So this has no fat. So we don't have any fat in here. Greens, yeah, usually I also eat a lot of greens. I don't have greens today, but we had parsley, it's fine. Usually I eat a lot of greens to it too. And the cauliflower also is one vegetable that gives you a lot of fullness without adding fat or sweetness or calories even. It doesn't have any calories, it just has a lot of fullness, so it makes you feel really full if you eat cauliflower. And I'm using my food processor to make the rice. And that's really easy. And I love cauliflower rice, really. Okay, it's stuck here. Let's start with this. This is an old food processor. It's on. Okay, there. Just add it in the food processor, and yeah, with the food processor you already would have your rice, but we're gonna wait a little bit here. So the last one. Okay, that's it. Let me add the other. Why not everything? Is everyone hungry or are you one fasting?
Yeah.
Fasting? I'll eat your portion then. Because I'm hungry anyway. A little bit more. Yeah, it's a very old food processor, but any food processor works. If this were to work, then all food processors will work. Just a little bit more. And it depends how long you process it, the finer your rice will be. I usually like fine rice. Yeah, at home I would be already done with this. I have a food chopper. Very simple, but it's a little bit newer version of than that probably. Okay, I just leave this one chopper. And we have our cauliflower rice.
You said you have a food chopper?
Yeah, it's called a food chopper.
Food
Are you looking for spoons?
Spatula. I have a spatula. Oh, I have it right here.
The food chopper is the brand of food processor.
No, it's called the food chopper. It just has a glass bowl. Comes as a glass bowl, and then the motor comes on top. And then they call it food chopper. It's like a more simpler food processor. That's what I have at home. But any food processor will make rice like this. Yeah, it's very fine. So if you don't want to have it that fine, you can always process a little bit less. So the longer you process, the finer it will get. It's almost like mashed potato now. You can also make mashed potatoes out of cauliflower. Yeah, then I would put it in the Vitamix with maybe sunflower seeds a little bit, or just the lemon juice would already do. And then I make it really smooth, and the texture is just like mashed potatoes. Just this with a little bit of lemon juice. I like to eat it then with avocado, some kind of fat, so make it more creamy. So this is your rice. If you don't want, well, this sometimes it smells very strong, like cabbage. Does it? You smell it already?
A little.
This one is not that strong, so I might just leave it without the lemon. But if you put a little bit lemon juice on top of the cauliflower rice, then the cabbage smell will go away a little bit. But sometimes I also like it. So, but that's the rice. It looks really ricey. Still have the corn here. The corn here. So we can of course add some avocado because we need some fat, right? Yeah, you either you can add the avocados in pieces or just on the side. Up to you. I don't really restrict myself with fat. I just go really, really intuitively. Whatever I want to eat, I will eat. Usually it's not much fat. Usually I don't eat a lot of fat. It's probably like not more than 20% of my total calories. But I don't count. So there might be days where I want to eat a little bit more fat, and then I will do it. I will not say, oh, well, I can't have this anymore because I already had enough fat. I never eat like this. I will eat a whole coconut if I want to one day, and that has a lot of fat. I'm not a professional chef, so this will not look really, but you can decorate a little bit better maybe. Yeah, I'm always slacking with the presentation. Yeah. How many people are water fasting? Almost half. Oh wow. Well, you can watch us eat then. You can also smell it if you want. So we still have some. It smells good? Yeah, I think so too. I'm hungry. So that's the chili. I think we're pretty much done. We had all ingredients in here. Pretty much that I had. And now I can do like a little dessert or with plantain. I have my favorite fruit here. Again, plantains. And they're not cooked. Usually you get them cooked here or baked. But this is not a banana. So it's the plantain that you usually cook. And I like to eat them raw. So if you get them in the store and they're super green and hard, don't even buy them, don't even bother, they will not ripen. But if they're yellow and already a little bit softer maybe, then you can buy them and you put them on your counter and you let them ripen. And if they have a little touch to it, then you can eat it raw. So they're just ripen like this. They can turn completely black and softer than this. This is like barely soft. Yeah, so you still can eat them. It's not like a banana. A banana would already be tasting fermented. Yeah, a plantain can be super black and soft, and it tastes like super good. It tastes sweet and not fermented at all. So, and then how I buy melons. So this melon, actually, you can already smell it. All the people that are water fasting. So this is how you, if you buy a melon,
You have to
then
go by smell.
by the smell. Yeah, it already smells really good. You smell like
It
this.
does.
What's the smell of it? You know. Yeah, very good. You want to smell it? Who wants to smell it?
Yeah.
I don't want to force it.
I'll take a look.
You take a look?
Sure.
You're water fasting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that heavenly?
Yeah, yeah.
Heavenly.
You don't like melons?
Really good.
Yeah,
Right?
that's good.
You come from your, out of your fast. Don't you want to eat exactly this? You don't want to have a hamburger. You want a nice, fresh. Who wants to smell it? You good? So if you come out of a fast, you don't want a hamburger. You want something heavenly like this, right? Some fresh that's light on your body. You can even die when you water fast. Your body gets very sensitive to bad things. So you water fast, and if you eat a hamburger, you could die. So if you eat this, you will not die. So that should tell you how bad this food can be. But of course, if you eat hamburgers, you're used to eating hamburgers, then it doesn't bother you. But if I would eat a hamburger, I would probably feel sick. I might not die, but if you were coming from a water fast, you might die. So it's really, really important to do a proper refeed. That's why they're so strict here with first juice and this and this. It's called refeeding syndrome, and it's a real thing. Yeah, you can't just indulge into whatever. But I mean, you can already tell this will definitely do you well if you come from a water fast. Okay, let's cut it open. We still have so much time. We need to talk more. Oh, with this gold knife.
Oh, that's a beautiful melon.
Yeah, it's a beautiful melon. It was also, I don't know if you touched it, but it's a little bit softer.
You can eat it with a spoon.
You could probably eat it with a spoon. Let me just get the seeds out. I probably would not eat this. Oh, that has cauliflower.
What kind of melon is it?
Oh, the kind of melon, it was a peacock melon? Peacock? It was peacock. I don't think it has a sticker anymore. But I'm pretty sure it was a peacock melon. Yeah, I probably would eat this for breakfast. Like I
Yes,
love,
first thing.
first thing, yeah. So I love eating melons for breakfast. I try to not eat them so late. Well, now it's not super late, but if you eat a melon at 5 p.m., then you might have a restless night and going to the bathroom. So you either, oh, let me see. Yeah, you could spoon it out. So it's, you could eat it like this and spoon it out, or you can cut it. Because we want to mix it with you can add the plantain in this, like use it as a bowl, add your plantain in slices, and then spoon it out. And that's your breakfast. Like my breakfast takes, I don't know, a minute to make. And usually I don't even prepare it. I take the whole melon, put it in my car, plantains, and then I cut it open in I have a big Tupperware where I can cut it open, get the seeds out, put my plantain in, and then just spoon it out. That's my breakfast. So simple. And this, yeah, I can take this also for work in my cooling bag. I don't have to heat it up. I don't have to keep it warm. I would probably have this for 2 days. Maybe I would eat half of it in one sitting.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, it's fine. I'll eat it. I probably would add more greens to it. I would like, make a bowl with lettuce, greens, arugula, spinach, whatever you like, and then I would put half of the rice on top and half of this chili, and I will take it, have it for 2 days. So this is how I eat. This I probably would have had for breakfast. There's different ways to cut your fruit. I like it to do it like this. I'm really not a professional. If you want to learn how to have knife skills, I think you have to talk to Ramses about it. But you know, you don't have to have knife skills to make your food. So it's no excuses.
Have you ever tried to make a sauce or dressing from the melon seeds?
A sauce out of the seeds? I don't.
Of the seeds only, not the other pink.
Yeah, the sauce. I don't really. I think the whole of the seeds are a little bit rough and.
You put it in a blender, then you strain it.
Oh, strain it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's an idea. I've never done that. Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Ah, it is definitely edible. That's for sure. Yeah, I keep my food really simple. It's almost too simple, but it's tasty. You know, sometimes it's the very easy things that we forget. And if I really didn't have any time to prepare my food, I don't really have to prepare it. This I also don't have to prepare it. I can just eat it as it is. For my body, it doesn't make any difference. This is a very soft melon. There's nothing worse than an unripe melon. I don't know. You can eat it with your salad, maybe, or definitely not as sweet. Okay, then we got plantain. Let's see how the plantain looks. Yeah, it is a plantain. I was like wondering, is that a banana? No, it's not. It is a plantain. So, but it's not super soft. It is a little bit soft. Let me get another one. You can also touch it if you want later. Plantain is just like banana, but it has even more nutrition. And yeah, if it's ripe, it's definitely not starchy at all. This one is a little bit, I would probably leave it a little bit longer. Just soften a little bit more. It's a little bit hard. But it should definitely be already less or not starchy anymore. So that would be a breakfast, kind of. You can add some berries more, and it's raw plantain, some more color. It's the same color. Well, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I also just eat one melon and that's it. It's like very, very simple. It doesn't need to be very fancy. If you want to prepare it like this and take it with you wherever you go, or just the whole melon, that's also really up to you. Already are done. Still have so much time, but we can also take the time to try it. And I'll try it for you first. Yeah, you have a question?
Do you find it cheaper to eat vegans or all vegan cheaper?
It depends. I mean, you can eat, with any kind of diet, you can eat cheap and expensive. If I would go or find a raw vegan restaurant, there are raw vegan restaurants. If I would go there, if I would buy wraps that I find in the store, or like raw wraps you can buy. If I would eat durian more. Then it can get expensive. Yeah, but I don't think it's expensive because I'll buy seasonal. I buy at the farmer's market in bulk. Then I get deals. I think with any diet it can be expensive and not expensive. But of course meat should be way more expensive than it is. So everyone is paying taxes to make the meat cheap.
Oh, it's
Because-
getting way more expensive. I've never seen cattle this high in my entire life.
Oh, it's still very cheap. Well, you can get still very cheap meat. I mean, considering that it was an animal that you have to feed and shelter for a few months or weeks, so it's very cheap actually for being an animal. You know, let me try it. So I put my rice in my bowl, some chili, some avocado, of course. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, as I said, I would maybe eat more greens to this. But yeah, this is my food. Doesn't that look good?
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try it for you. Oh wow, it's really delicious. It is a little bit spicy, but not too
bit.
spicy.
Good.
Oh, and I got the big chunk that I couldn't
Yeah.
process. I got it. Yeah, I really like it.
I think
Let me try one of the plantain. Huh?
it's very impressive that you have never eaten anything cooked in all those years.
9 years?
Yeah.
Well, I did try cooked food here and then. I did. But I realized, no, it's not for me anymore.
Did you get a headache?
Yeah. Not the first time I ate it, but then maybe a week later. And it was like, somehow that food kind of, sometimes if you don't tolerate some kind of food, it's not that you feel sick right away. It just lingers in your body and you feel it later. Like with any kind of food that you consume, those are like little small chemicals and they accumulate in your body. So that's why you don't always feel bad with that kind of food right away. You feel it later. And especially if you get older, all the bad foods that you ate before, or whatever you did before that was bad for you, the chemicals from it, they accumulate in your body. And it's not very easy to get rid of them. So that's why you're here and you water fast, and it's so much work, right? Water fasting is so hard work. And you want to be really careful when we, yeah?
Is it still considered raw if it's at lower temperature?
Anything below 115 degrees is Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Yeah, I use the dehydrator.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually using it right now because I bought so many figs. It's kind of crazy. But he said, take the whole box for $40. I can't say no.
Yeah.
So I took it, but it was way too much. And I'll dry them now, so yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
I barely got steam like this. No?
Steaming is probably like boiling water, which is 200 Fahrenheit. What is it in Fahrenheit? 212. I know 100 Celsius, but which is easy. 212. Yeah, that would be too much.
I don't gauge it. It's just a little bit. But
Just a little bit, yeah, but the steam still is 212. So can you put your hand in it?
no.
Yeah, then it's too hot.
So that's not good.
Yeah, well, for me, I want to be 100% raw. I don't do this. I'm not saying it's not good. My body doesn't tolerate it anymore, really. So I got rid of health issues because I eat the raw, and I was too sensitive for any kind of processing, like heat processing. So I don't do it. But if you tolerate cooked food and you feel good with it, then
So do
that's
they not
fine.
teach, so here they don't teach for you to steam at all?
Oh yes, yeah. This is a lecture about 100% raw vegan preparation. That's just me. I'm not preaching this to you. I'm just here for increasing your living foods, because that's what everyone agrees. You can't just eat steamed food for the rest of your life. You have to include raw living foods. So raw foods are really salads, raw, completely unprocessed foods like this. It's very important for you. Even if you include cooked foods, but you cannot just eat steamed vegetables. I don't know if you would try to do that, but yeah, I think everyone agrees on that, it gives you a lot of different vitamins as well, like more vitamin C, the fiber, different fibers if you leave them intact. So, but if you want to include lightly heat processed foods, of course we don't agree here that we should fry anything. But lightly heat processed foods, totally fine. They cure a lot of diseases, make you healthy. But for me, I got a little bit more sensitive to.
Did you
I have a
try?
question.
Yeah.
So, do you find that you're restricted because you don't cook foods? Like, do you eat raw potatoes, yams, and roots
You
like
can
that?
eat raw potatoes, but it's not tasty. I eat everything that's tasty.
So, no potatoes?
No.
No. And like things like eggplant. Like,
Sometimes I do.
I mean, that's what I mean. So it kind
But
of
usually not.
restricts your ability.
It does restrict a little bit,
Yeah.
but with restriction, it's the same. Oh, you don't eat dairy, you don't eat meat, you can have that. That's restrictive. But most people don't eat black sapote or white sapote or jackfruit or durian. You do. Most people don't have that. Or the amount of fruit that I eat, most people don't have that amount. So I would call them restrictive then, right? So it's just different. It's just different. And I believe that we are meant to be eating from nature and with our physiology. What foods would we eat without any tools, without fire, without. So that's basically how I eat. And it was helping for me, but if you can tolerate the health food, I don't know, I'm in a problematic situation right here. I have to talk myself out of it. I don't want to make this food bad here, what they serve, okay? But it's not for me.
Were you on this diet before you went raw?
No, I wasn't. I used oil and I had meat here and then, but then I experimented with fasting already, and so after the fast I just stayed raw, and that was it. That was enough for me. I did eat cooked potatoes before, but then I tried them again and it's like, oh, I don't really feel good. So after the water fast and staying raw, I just felt really optimal, and that's how I kept it like this. So, but that's just me. But I definitely want to increase your raw foods, and that's why I'm here and making the raw dishes, because I know how to do them, because that's all I eat. Yeah?
So for desserts, you stick to fruit and avocado-y stuff? What else do you use for
For
dessert?
Dessert?
I
Or
know
for
now,
breakfast?
but in life, and moving forward.
Nuts, seeds, with dates. Yeah. This way, I would probably eat this for breakfast more. Yeah, so if you're not water fasting and you want to try it, then you can get a little bowl or a plate and some silverware utensils, and you can try it. And thank you so much. So you're at the end. So thank you so much for being here and listening. And hope you like it. I like it actually. Do like it. I like my own food. That was a big part of our time.
So you have lentils clean,
Oh,
right?
I got one here.
Oh, Steve, you brought some bowls.
No, I thought you were water fasting. Are you sure? I thought you were water fasting.
We got a lot of plates here.
You got more plates?
No, we got. All right, I'm getting one of them.
Yes, Steve.
good.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. Clarity in my life because I was thinking it's fried. And maduros, the black ones like this, also fried.
Yeah, I would definitely have them a little bit more softer. Yeah. But at least it's not starchy. So not that sweet.
Put it on my tab.
So the longer you keep the plantain, the sweeter it will get. The softer it is, the sweeter and more delicious. Well, they are more like the baked one, really sweet and soft. These are a little bit hard. Yeah. But it's still already edible.
Not really.
Thank you.
Durian,
Thank you.
I usually don't get it. Sometimes in Asian market, but usually I don't eat it. It's too expensive. It's very expensive. You don't like it? Oh, it's not sure.
Which one is too expensive?
Durian.
Oh, durian, yes.
Yeah, I love it.
Very pricey. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. And if you haven't already, leave me your email. Thank you.
It's
So
hard
what
to
do you
mix
do?
melons with. Do you have any problem with food combining?
No. Oh, there's my camera.
What if you lived in Cameron? I mean, in Canada? And nobody produce markets available.
Oh.
Or where I live in Missouri, there's nothing like this available.
In Canada? Well, I have actually a raw vegan friend who lives in Canada.
So you would use Amazon and get it there some way, huh?
Yeah, and there's a raw vegan friend who lives in, like really in the cold up there. And they're doing better than eating the cooked.
Alaska?
Not Alaska, but, where is that? Somewhere really up north. Greenland or so.
The melon is delicious.
The melon? I didn't try the melon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, see, I didn't even do it nothing to the melon, and you don't have to either.
No.
You just have to get
I'll
the
have
food.
to- I will just cut it in half and eat it.
Oh yeah, it's so delicious.
So you started doing this for your health and kept doing it?
No, I mean,
What do you think?
it works for me.
You're totally happy all the time, satisfied,
Yeah.
drive right over those fast
But the food totally. I'm never hungry, and I eat as much as I want.
You can get all you want, not get. You can eat all you want, not get.
No, I don't get weight. Well, I was always a skinny person, so I gained actually a little bit of weight, just my normal healthy weight, and I gain weight when I go to the gym. I gain muscles. Yeah.
Well, gorillas are total raw vegans and they're very strong.
Uh huh. Yeah, like gorillas. Yeah. Exactly.
What is your accent?
That's German.
German?
Really good,
You like it?
really good.
That's the most flavorful food.
And if you don't like it raw, you can also just steam this off.
Mm.
But I do like it raw. So.
There is no taste like raw. I mean, you get the full taste anytime you're
Yeah, that's
cooking
fine.
something.
It preserves all the flavors.
My chewing muscles are sore. I pass this along, they got that shape.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with food combining. There's no really science about it.
But you can feel when something is not
Yeah,
going well with
If it's-
something else.
it's something individual. You know, if you have problems.
Well, it's good to know if you're traveling. You're still eat wrong.
Oh yeah. I have no problems traveling because there's grocery stores everywhere. I can get this melon probably anywhere, or a similar one. I can get bananas everywhere. I eat a lot of bananas.
What do you mainly do for protein?
Yeah, this. I do this for protein. That's why I said, well, the corn has a little bit more protein. This snap piece have a little bit more protein. This has a little bit more protein. And everything has protein. Even this melon has protein.
I think,
But we don't need that much protein.
I think broccoli has a lot of protein.
Huh?
Broccoli?
Broccoli has very good protein. I'm not saying, sometimes I don't say a lot of protein, I say good protein. It's a really good protein. It's not a lot. Nothing is a lot of protein here. It's not a steak. It has a lot of water content. It's 80% is water on this food, you know. So of course it's low in protein, but we don't need a lot of protein. We need a lot of water. The mussels are 70% water. So it's only 20% protein in the mussels, so
Really good.
So, if you want to do like pinto beans or white beans, red
It's gonna
beans,
make these
brown, just soak them, make them soft and use. They're high in protein.
yeah, beans, I don't do beans. They say that beans have too much lectins or something, you have to cook them. The only thing I sprout is lentil, garbanzo beans, mung beans. That's about it.
What's this?
Those are lentils.
Okay.
Yeah, they're different kind of lentils.
Yeah, I've got
The
those.
same one. Doesn't really matter what color lentils.
And you cannot eat white potatoes, they're just too.
No, it,
What's that taste when they're raw?
you should have more because you haven't had lunch. We
Oh,
did.
don't worry about it. You can eat as much as you want.
It's delicious.
I can make this anytime. You know, I'm not short on food. So I can also cut the avocado, whatever you want. Yeah, I haven't done a chili for a while, so I really like it.
I can be raw, really easy. Grew up kind of eating this.
And it's like also like the high feeling of it.
Yes, the burst of flavor in your mouth.
We've been waiting for your lecture.
The flavor, but also the energy that it gives.
Yeah, it's like
Like the cooked food, it's like normal to feel like this food coma. Feel full and heavy. I don't like this anymore. I like to be, okay, now I'm going to the gym. I just ate and I go to the gym or something. Whoever wants to try it on the room, comment down and try it. We're pretty much eating it very good here.
Very good.
You like it?
Did you put any spices in the,
Yeah, I put some chili flakes.
oh yeah.
Maybe a teaspoon or something, and then 1 tablespoon of Italian, which I got from the kitchen. It's Chef Ramses Italian
Mix.
flavor mix. I think he puts oregano, onion powder. Yeah, I should have said that. I used it last time, and it was basil, oregano, thyme, onion powder, chili flakes.
I put just oregano in this. Like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So this is just an idea. You can also use garlic if you like garlic or whatever you like. You can make a curry out of it. Make it just like similar, a little chunky. You can even blend in tomatoes with coconut, make a creamy curry like this. It's all similar, just a little bit different flavors, different vegetables here and there. Whatever you have. Yeah, for the amount, you gotta eat more.
And
Yeah.
I'm a volume eater, so raw is always
Mhm.
good.
They always tell you if you want to lose weight, you're gonna have a small stomach. No, you have to have a big stomach to fit all the healthy foods in.
When you eat a lot, one of the advantages is the metabolism goes up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Up your metabolism. That's one of the things about eating more.
But not if you eat junk food, then
No.
it's the chemicals in the junk
Right.
food. It's not the amount that you eat. It's not the calories that you
I
eat.
think your metabolism still goes up. you're also eating junk. Really
It's the
bad for your
chemicals
body.
that make you gain the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're called obesogenic chemicals.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. I'm saying goodbye to the live stream and goodbye to the YouTube.